Hello，嘿，大家好，欢迎你们再来看我们 Learn with John 亚瑟口语直播。所以，我几分钟之后，要开始跟你们练习英语，但是我首先因为今天在两个不同的平台同时直播，所以也许有一些人在知乎看，所以我也提醒那些在知乎看的人，如果你有参与到这个课，如果你有我听你说英语，如果你要回答我们今天有练习的雅思口语话题的话，应该过来这里，就是 CC Talk， 然后输入这个号码，就是这里，然后也许有一些人不知道我是谁，所以我名字叫中文名字是约翰。我之前住在中国，然后住在中国的时候，我开始学习中文，然后我开始喜欢上学习外语那个过程，所以住在中国的那个时候，我也开始自学西班牙语，所以我那个时候在中国生活了6年，然后那个时候自学中文，同时也自学西班牙语。离开中国以后，我也自学法语和印度尼西亚语，今年在学习今年在学习日语。然后我就在中国的时候，原来当英语老师，然后变成雅思考官，然后搬到西班牙之后也继续做雅思考官，但是我已经不是雅思考官，我最近做的就是在微信。看了一个公众号，一个关于外语学习和准备雅思的公众号，那个叫 Learn with John， 所以我提醒大家关注那个公众号，我在那里每一个礼拜都发布一个关于外语学习的文章，然后也有一个哔哩哔哩平台，也是 Learn with John。OK，所以我们就可以开始，然后开始的时候，我要问大家一个问题，我就在 CC Talk 给你们发，等一下。OK， 所以这两个单词就是 broadsheets and tablets 两个英语单词，我就想知道是什么类型的东西。你看这两个单词 broadsheets and tablets 都是同一种类型的东西，但是有没有人知道是什么类型的东西？我觉得绝大部分英语学生都也许没有听说过这两个单词。有没有人知道什么是 broadsheet， 什么是 tablet， 它们是什么类型的东西？它们都是Julia Simpson， OK， 所以对，他们都是报纸，所以以前有很多人看报纸，然后有两个在英国，有两个不同类型的报纸，所以有一个比较高级的，就是一般来说教育级别比较高的人会看的，就是智商比较高的人会看的，那就是 broadsheets， 然后还有另外一种类型的就是 tabloids， 然后 tabloids 一个区别就是大小比 broadsheets 少一点，所以 broadsheets 是比较大的，然后在 tabloids 谈论的话题也跟 broadsheets 不一样，在 tabloids 他们谈论的就是一般来说就是明星和体育和没有那么高级的话题。我为什么谈论这两件事情？是因为我觉得，特别是 tabloids 对你们学习英语的人也许很有帮助 ，broadsheets 也对很高级的英语学生也很有帮助，但是那些 tabloids 因为难度没有那么大，我觉得就是很完美的英语，就是英语阅读教材或者英语阅读材料。所以我现在就给你们分享我的屏幕，然后我们看一下 tabloid 那些报纸的网站和 broadsheet 那些报纸的网站有什么区别？我现在就在看上屏幕，希望你们都可以看到。所以如果能看到的话，不知道你们现在可不可以看我的屏幕？可以看的话，请给我打一个1，打1。OK， 可以。OK， 所以我们先看一个 broadsheet， 然后那就是 The Guardian。我知道有一些人也许已经听说过 The Guardian， 已经用过 The Guardian，所以现在大部分这些 broadsheet 报纸的网站是收费的，但是 The Guardian 还是免费的，所以我觉得如果你已经是英语阅读级别很高的，比如说阅读级别要雅思8分或者8分以上，然后如果你喜欢看新闻，那我觉得 The Guardian 这个网站会很有帮助。所以我们看一下 The Guardian 谈论的那些话题，所以一般来说都是跟政治有关或者跟经济有关，都是比较高级的话题。我们看一下 The Guardian 这些话题是什么，所以这些标题是什么？所以第一个是 news， 第二个是 opinion， 第三个是 sport。OK，sport 不算是很高级的，但是第四个是 culture， 然后第5个是 lifestyle， 所以都是一般来说，除了 sport 之外，其他的都是在智商相对高的人会看，或者智商相对高的人会关注的话题。然后我们现在去看一个 tabloid， 所以 tabloid 很不一样。一个区别就是 tabloid 会不管是他们的网站或者真正的纸质报纸，都会有很多图片，所以那是一个区别。然后有很多其他区别，比如说一个 tabloid 类似这个就是 The Sun 这样的报纸，每个报道不会很长，一般来说类似 The Guardian， 所有他们那些报道不是所有，但是大多数都会很长。然后在 The Sun 每一句话也一般来说不会很长，所以一般来说在 The Sun 在这些 tabloid， 句子的长度会比较短，所以比较容易看懂。另外在这些 tabloid The Sun 和其他类型的，他们用的单词会大多数时候会比较简单，然后在 The Guardian 他们会用相对高级的单词，所以我觉得如果你喜欢看新闻，然后你的阅读级别很高，你可以看 The Guardian， 但是如果你阅读级别还没那么高，如果你比如说你要在雅思阅读你要6分到7分那样的级别，我觉得类似 The Sun 和其他这样的 tabloids 是很好的材料，我真的推荐那样级别的人看The Sun、The Mirror， 还有一些，等一下我分享一下，Yeah， The Sun、The Mirror、The Daily Mail， 我给你们写一下。The Mail， the Mirror， OK， 因为在那样 tabloid 的网站，就所有报道没有那么难看懂，所以即使你的阅读级别不是很高，你大多数时候还是会看懂大部分报道的句子，大部分报道的单词，所以通过看 The Sun 和 The Mail 和 The Mirror， 你可以提高你的阅读水平，然后后来你可以达到一个可以看懂 The Guardian 那样级别。然后最后就是如果你那就是我的邮件。如果你现在阅读水平连雅思6分那样级别都没有的话， 那我推荐这个网站。如果你关注我公众号 Learn with John， 你也许看过我写的关于这个网站的文章。这个网站就是 Breaking News English。然后，这个网站每2天有一个新的英语新闻报道，然后他们每个报道都会被分别不同难度，所以有一些是难度相对高的，有一些是难度很低的。所以如果你亚瑟阅读还没有6分那样级别的话，我觉得 Breaking News English 是一个很不错的，就是很不错的、很好用的网站。然后如果你已经超出6分，可以用 tabloids 类似 The Mirror、The Mail、The Daily Mail、The Sun。然后如果已经有很高的阅读级别，可以用 The Guardian。但是最后就是，如果你不喜欢看新闻，那你可以看其他东西。我今天的只是意见，就是对于那些喜欢看新闻的人。所以，如果你很讨厌看新闻，那最好看书，最好看其他网站，或者任何其他类型的你喜欢看的阅读内容。Okay, let's get doing some practicing. So I'll stop screen sharing and I'll come back and let you guys see my beautiful face again. Okay. Yes, here we are. Okay. So like in previous lessons, we're going to start with part 1 and then we'll do part 2, and then after part 2, of course, we're going to do part 3. So let's see who wants to be our first student to answer these part 1 questions. I'm not going to tell you the topic until you hear the first student answer the questions. So if you're ready, if you want to try and answer the part 1 questions, put up your hand. Okay, we've already got one person. Oh, we've got lots of people. Okay. Okay, cool. So just let me get those questions. Okay, here we are. Okay, I'm going to pick a random number. Okay, number 3. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
Hello?
Wells, is it? Oh, I can't hear you. I'm not sure if it's your microphone or something. Perhaps you haven't turned on your microphone.
Can you hear me now? I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Can you guys hear this student? If you can hear him. Oh, okay, they can hear him. Right. Sorry, it must be a problem in my end. So let me see.
Oh, okay.
Say something again, and I think I should be able to hear you now. Hello.
Hey, hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Hi. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Cool. I fixed that now. Okay. Wells, is it? Wells.
Yep.
Okay. Fantastic.
All
right. Cool. Okay. So let's talk about weekends. Your topic is weekends. So Wells, what do you usually do on weekends?
I usually play sports and watch some movie and watch some books usually. And I pretty enjoy my weekend, so I will do something I can enjoy myself.
Okay. Did you do anything special last weekend?
Let me see. Last weekend. Yep. Not. I remember last weekend I ride my bicycle to the IKEA, to the packing IKEA, and bought some stuff, bought a big white beer dog. Yeah, is it right?
Okay, cool. And what do you plan to do next weekend?
Oh, next weekend. Actually, if I don't have any important thing, I think I will go to boating with my friend next week. If I have to do some work or like another important thing, I maybe will cancel it. But next week I planning with my friend to go boating.
Okay. Last question, so Wells. What do people in your hometown usually do on weekends?
In my hometown, people usually just go to park and do some sport like grandpa use that kind of a single bar to do pull up and chin up, that kind of activity. And grandma used to dance at the square. And most of young people.
Okay. Thanks, Wells. All right.
Most of young people.
Okay. Thanks. Okay, that's okay. Thanks, Wells. Okay, I've got a couple of questions or a couple of comments. Okay, so thank you for those answers. And let's see, a couple of comments or a couple of corrections, Wells. So in the last question there, you said grandma used to something. Grandma used to do something. And so I think you didn't mean used to. You probably meant usually.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So used to means 以前做过，现在不做. That's what used to is. So I think you mean usually. Also, when you're in English, so in Chinese you might say like 那样的阿姨会做这个，那些老奶奶会做那一件事情. But in English we would just say old people. So where you might say grandmas in Chinese, in English we would just say old women. We probably wouldn't say grandmas. So we just say old women usually, whatever, old women usually go to the park. Okay. Let's see. In your answer to question 1, I can't remember. I think you said you'll watch some movies and some sports, and you also said watch some books. So not watch books.
Read.
Exactly. Read books. Okay. Thanks, Wells. All right. Thank you. Okay. Let's get another couple of students to answer these questions. Okay. Thanks, Wells. All right. Cool. Okay. I'm going to get another random number. Okay. Number 8 this time. So.
Hi, John.
Hello to you. What's your name?
I don't have any.
I can't hear you, but I think you said you don't have an English name. Is that right?
Yeah, exactly.
What's your name?
Okay. Call me Melissa.
Okay, right. Okay. So Melissa, your first question is about. So is what do you usually do on weekends?
Weekend. And or sometimes visit by grandparents.
Mm-hmm. Why?
Why? Because I don't have enough to exercise, so I just do it in weekend. And I visit my grandparents because we live like 10 minutes away from each other.
Okay. And what did you do? Or sorry, second question. Did you do anything special last weekend?
Last week, my mother came to and we went to a shopping mall and some clothes for the following.
Okay. And what do you plan to do next weekend?
Next weekend. I see. Probably we workout again. Maybe I go.
Why?
Why? Yeah, like I mentioned before, enough time to do exercise. And for weekends, I have enough time to make my own plan.
Okay. Last question. What do people in your hometown usually do on weekends?
Usually do on weekends. For kids, go to extra lessons. Of course. Maybe for piano, some instrument, or go to math course. I see that because I have a
cool. All right, thanks,
younger
Melissa.
brother. Because I have a younger brother.
Okay. Thanks, Melissa. All right, cool. Okay.
Thank you.
And yeah, no problem. All right. Okay. Yeah， 大家我知道要回应这个问题，所以我最近几分钟就在提醒 Lynn， 所以我希望他可以解决。应该就是因为我们两个电脑都距离太近，所以应该是那个问题，希望已经解决了。如果还有回应的话，就可以继续发消息，但是我希望已经没有了。Okay. Let's see. Okay. So just one thing for you, Melissa, just one piece of advice. So just you said about what young people do on weekends. I think you said they might go. I think you said they might go to classes for piano or some instrument. Yeah. So just remember, instrument is countable. It's a countable noun, so it should be piano. They might play piano or some other instruments. Okay, cool. So yeah, that's the only thing I want to tell you. The sound wasn't very good, so I couldn't hear you perfectly clearly throughout your whole answers. So that's the main one piece of advice I can give you. Anyway, thanks, Melissa, and maybe talk to you later in the class as well, maybe.
Sure.
Okay, cool. Right, we'll do one more for this part one. So I'm going to find another number. I'll go with number 3 again. Different number 3 this time. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Kathy. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, cool. Right. So, Kathy, what do you usually do on weekends?
Well, I often read some books or hang out with my friends for shopping some clothes.
Why?
Because I think it is a good way to relax myself.
What did you do last weekend?
Last weekend I just stay at the library and to prepare for the IELTS test and do some listening practice.
Why?
That's all.
Why?
Because I want to pass the IELTS test and get a good score.
Okay. What do people in your hometown usually do on weekends?
Well, I live in a small city, so people in my hometown, like the old people, usually go to the market for some fruits or vegetables. And for some students, they often stay at home to watch some movies and do the homework.
Okay, thanks, Kathy. All right, okay. So, Kathy, for you, so I asked you 3 questions. Your third answer was pretty good. That was okay. That was sufficient enough, and you gave enough information. For the first 2, especially the first question, you didn't really give enough information. So you just answered with 1 sentence. You always need to give. So when you're talking about these IELTS Part 1 topics, like things like handwriting or tea or coffee or reading books or this topic, weekends, you've got to give more than 1 sentence. So you can answer the question in your first sentence, but then you've got to explain why. You've got to explain why. You've got to give 2 or 3 more sentences that explain the reason why you do, or explain the reason why that is the answer. So I'd say that's the first piece of advice. Give more information in your answers. Okay. Let's see. Then one very important vocabulary thing. So in your second question, you said, I can't remember what you were talking about, but you said, it's a good way to relax myself. It's a good way to relax myself. So not relax myself. We can't say that in English. We can't say it's a good way to relax myself. What can we say? If you don't know, Kathy, then maybe somebody else might know. Yes, we've got some people who know. Yes,
can release my pressure.
Not really. That's another kind of a Chinese way to say that. So the people who have the first 2 answers there are correct. It's a good way to relax.
I got it.
Just relax. So in English, we don't really say relax myself, relax yourself, relax himself, relax herself. We just say to relax. So, for example, he likes to read books to relax. I like to watch movies to relax. And my sister likes to meditate to relax. Okay? It's just relax. No myself or himself or herself. And the last thing then, Kathy, you said at weekends you like to go, I think you said go shopping some clothes. So not just shopping clothes, but you missed a word there. Shopping for clothes. Exactly, yeah. Shopping for clothes. Okay. Okay, cool. All right, thanks, Kathy. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, that's enough for part 1. But I want to do a little vocabulary test for everybody. Everybody can do this. So, vocabulary test. It's very simple. I'm going to ask you some words, and I'm going to tell you some words in Chinese, and you've got to tell me how to say the words in English. 所以我会给你们大概10秒钟的时间想起来如何用英语表达这些单词。所以在你想起来这些单词的时候，不要看屏幕，不要看那个聊天窗口，因为其他的学生也许会一听到就会立刻回答。然后我想每个人都挑战自己，我希望每个人都尝试想起来这些单词。所以这就是一个很短的词语测试，每个人都可以做。所以第一个就是我也问你们6个单词，6个中文单词，你们要想如何用英语表达这些单词，一共有6个，都是跟时间有关系。OK， 所以第一个就是我们刚刚谈论 weekend， 所以 weekends 就是 Saturday and Sunday。So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. They're not weekends. They are 工作日。So that's number 1. How do you say that in English? How do you say 工作日 in English? So some people. So don't look at the answers. Try and think for yourself. Everybody, try and think for yourself. Okay, some people are getting it. Okay, I'll give people a few more seconds to think. 3, 2, 1. Good. So most people have got it right. So it's weekdays. And so we wouldn't really say working days. Work days, maybe, but the most correct answer is weekdays. That's what native speakers would use almost all the time. Okay, that one was easy. The next ones are getting a little bit more difficult. So the next one, let me see. The next one is, how do you say in English? How do you say 2天半? 2天半. So 1天半, 2天半, 3天半. This expression. Think about it. Think about it. Don't look at the other people's answers. Try and think for yourself. Okay, we've got a few people are answering. I'll give you 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, some people are right, some people are wrong. Let's look at the answers. So if you said 2.5 days, that's right, 2.5 days. So it's 2.5. So 2天半就是 2.5 days, 3天半, 3.5 days. And we cannot say 2 days and a half. A lot of people make that mistake. They say 2 days and a half. That's not right. It's 2.5 days. 2.5 days. Okay. 1天半 obviously is 1.5 days. Okay, next one. How do you say this? Qian tian. How do you say that in English? Think about it. You've got 10 seconds. Okay, some people are answering. 3, 2, 1. Most people got it right. Well done. Most people got it right. So it's the day before yesterday. The day before yesterday. It's not yesterday's yesterday or anything. It's the day before yesterday. So the next one, obviously, I think you can guess what the next one's going to be. Next one is 后天. So again, you've got 10 seconds. Good. Some people, I think everybody's getting it right. Okay, time up. Yes, everybody's getting it right. Well done. The day after tomorrow. So the day before yesterday, today, tomorrow, the day after tomorrow. And you've got 2 more. So how do you say this one? 下个礼拜. Five seconds. 3, 2, 1. Good. So most people have it right. Well, two people have it right. Some people have it wrong. So yeah, it's the week after next. So 下个礼拜就是 the week after next. It's not 2 weeks after. It's not next fortnight. It's not in fortnight. Those are all 2 different things. Those are different things. So it's 下个礼拜就是 the week after next. And then the last one should be, you should be already expecting what I'm going to say or what the question is. So the last one is 上个礼拜. How would you say that in English? Okay, some people are getting that, some people are wrong. 3, 2, 1. Okay, good. So it's the week before last. The week before last. We can't say 2 weeks before. We might, the week before last week. No, we wouldn't really say the week before last week. We would just say the week before last. The week before last. Yeah, we've got a lot of different answers. Just the week. I'm going to write, just so everybody's clear, I'm going to write the correct answer. The week before last. So to go from the start, it's the week before last week, this week, next week, the week after next. So the week before last week, this week, next week, the week after next. Okay, well done to the people who got those right. So let's go on and do some part 2. Okay. So for this part 2, I'm gonna let you see the 2 topics, and I'm going to let you choose which topic you want to talk about. So we've got 2 topics. Here's the first one. So the first one is about a photograph, and the second one is about science. OK， 所以你们可以自己决定，你们要回答哪一个，每个人都只可以回答一个，所以你们可以选那个 photograph 的或者那个 science 的，随便你们自己。所以你们现在有1分钟的时间来准备这2个话题其中一个，所以每个人只要选一个，所以准备的时间就现在开始。Okay, that was more than a minute, so you guys should be ready. 所以我们先做那个关于照片的。所以如果你要回答那个关于 a photograph that you like 哪一个话题，你可以现在举手。如果你不要回答那个，那不要举手，你可以取消你的举手，然后等一会儿。Okay, so the first one is a photograph, about a photograph that you like. So anybody wants to answer this, put up your hand. See, we've got 10 people already. Okay, I'm going to choose a random number. Okay, number 9. Hello.
Could you hear me?
Yes, I can. What's your name?
You can call me Daniel. My Chinese name is Guotuan.
Okay. Okay. Right. Okay. So remember, you've got 1 to 2 minutes for this. So don't worry if I stop you. I'll tell you when the time is up. Can you please describe a photograph that you like?
Yeah. May I begin? Okay, yes. I really love the photo taken in Xinjiang No. 1 High School, which is my home school. Actually, it was top high school in the city, and every year, only the accent became admission. It was about 4 years ago when I went for registration of enrollment. Oh, just a few days before the new term, I asked my mom to take a picture for me. I was very picky of the position. Once I felt that there was too much sunlight, but after a while, from the shade in my face. After trying several times, I eventually made my mom push the shutter. In this picture, I was standing in front of the gate, using a V gesture. There was no doubt on my back, reading some Chinese characters was the motto of the school. The inscription stated in English as always being honest and diligent.
Okay. Thanks, William. Thank you. Okay, 你已经说了差不多1分钟，1分半差不多。OK， Helium， 你不在自发的说话，你讲的就是一个，我不知道是一个背诵的回答，或者你在朗读还是什么，但是 你不再自发的说话，不是吗
？Yeah.
OK， 所以我不知道你如何准备了那个回答，但是以后不要这样准备你的回答。考官就最讨厌这样的回答。为什么呢？因为你在面前用很多你不太理解如何用的单词，包括有一些地方在那不到90秒钟的时间，有3个或者4个我听不懂你的意思的地方，我就听不懂，因为你不习惯用这些单词，所以发音不准确，然后就是用词不准确，因为那就是不是自发的说话，所以你不用你自己的主动词汇量，你用也许是别人的，也许是你之前写的我不知道你在哪里找到那个回答，你也许之前自己写的，或者也许是一个中国老师写的，不管怎么样，一点都不自然。考官最讨厌这样的回答。我就是举这个例子。It said only the excellent could gain admission. Only the excellent could gain admission. 母语人永远不会那样说，我们就会说just really good students could get into that school. Just really good students could get into that school. 然后你 excellent 发音不对 ，admission 发音也不对。另外还有一次你说 I was very picky of position. I was very picky of position. 然后 picky 也发音不对。然后我们也不会那样说，我理解你的意思，但是我们就不会那样说，我们会说let's see, I really wanted to find a good place to take the photo, something like that. I really wanted to find a good place to take the photo. 还有其他例子 using a V gesture, 我觉得你就是这个意思，所以我们会说 a V sign. I made a V sign. Something about a stone tablet on your leg. I don't understand what you're talking. I don't know what you mean there. 所以 Helium 最好的准备，然后其他学生都要注意，最好的准备就是 Part 2回答，就是你可以看那个话题，你可以看你要准备的话题，然后你可以想起来你大概要说什么，你可以想起来一个用来回答这个话题的句意，然后你只要自发的说话，你可以练习自发的说话，你不要提前把你整个答案都写下，你不要看任何其他的中国的英语老师或者母语人，你不要看其他人的回答，应该用你自己的回答，应该讲你自己的故事，真正发生的故事，然后用你自己的词汇练习自发的回答那个话题。因为在考试的时候，你说出的每一句话应该就是你自己自发说的，不要这样编造的故事，编造的背诵的故事。Okay, so that's my advice, Helium. Important advice. Please listen to my advice, and everybody else also please listen to my advice. Thanks anyway, Helium. Thank you. Okay. Let's do one or two more. So this time I'll try number 4. Number 4.
Hello.
Hi. What's your name?
Hi. My name is Maggie.
Okay, Maggie. Cool. Okay, Maggie. So tell us about a photograph that you like. Your time starts now.
Okay, I'm now going to talk about a graph that I like, which was taken in the park of my grandpa's community. And I think during that time I was 6 years old, or maybe younger than that. And the picture was taken by my parents. Actually, they have taken lots of pictures when I was young, and also of my younger brothers and sisters. So I feel really grateful for my parents doing this because they record many happy moments of my childhood. And some reasons why I like this picture, one is because it always reminds me of a good relationship between me and also my younger sister and brother. I just presume maybe someday I will be angry with them because we have different opinions. Maybe we think something different because we have our own families or kids. But every time when I look at the pictures, I will always think, okay, we are in the same family, and we used to be really in a really good relationship, and that's how family members do. So and also in the picture, each one of us hold some biscuits, and we have a really big laugh on our face. So for kids, they always feel happy.
Thank you. Okay, that's almost 90 seconds, Maggie. Okay, well done. So I think you probably could have gone on speaking for longer there, but I stopped you because I wanted to give other people a chance. Okay. So good fluency, Maggie. You kept talking there very fluently, and you produced a lot of sentences. You produced a lot of language, which is good. There's a couple of things I didn't understand, or I want to correct.
Okay.
The first one is, so right in your first sentence, you said something about, I want to talk about a graph. A graph.
Oh, maybe right? I forget to say photo. I can't remember. Maybe.
Oh, I think. Oh, okay, right. You forgot the first half of the word. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, photo. That's an important part of that word. Don't forget the first part of the word. So yeah, a photograph, right? Oh yeah, you got mixed because you could say photo. Oh, I understand. Yeah, you could say photo or you could say photograph, and you knew you just had to say half of it, but you just chose the wrong half. Okay. Now you said in the park in my grandfather's community. The park in my grandfather's community. I think you're probably not talking about a park, and you're definitely not talking about a community. So
yard?
I think
garden?
Maybe a garden. Yeah, good. Yeah, maybe a garden, and it's not community. So you're talking about his tattoo, the Xiaochu. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Does anybody know? Anybody else know? So it's not a community really, or at least community isn't the perfect word for that. What is the perfect word to say? Xiaochu. No. I wonder. Does anybody else know? Somebody saying apartment stocks, not neighborhood. Somebody almost has it, but not quite. I'm going to write it down. Apartment complex. So why is apartment complex better than neighborhood? Why is it better than community? It's because community is too, it's not specific, right? Community could be it could be just a group of people. It could be a very big area. A community could be a lot of different things. And then a neighborhood also not specific. A neighborhood could be like 2 miles of distance. A neighborhood could be 500 meters. It's not specific. Whereas what you're talking about, your grandfather's, his Xiaochu, that's very specific.
Yeah.
It's a set area with walls and with a gate, and you know where it begins and you know where it ends. So that's an apartment complex.
Okay.
And somebody is saying maybe residential complex. That would be okay. But native speakers would usually say an apartment complex. Okay. Okay, Maggie, those are the main points. Thank you for your answer.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm going to get one more person to 所以我觉得还要回应那个问题，所以我尝试用耳机，我不知道这个能不能解决。如果这个听起来好一点，可以加一个1。没有 ，OK， 所以我不知道。OK， 有一些人说 that's better。OK， 这个好像好一点。OK， 还有一个学生这一次不好。
It's me.
Hello. Okay, it's me. Wow, is that your name? Me?
No, I'm Kate.
Kate, great to talk to you, Kate. Okay, you seem very excited to do
this. This is my first time.
Okay, great. Okay, all right, Kate. So, tell us about a photograph that you like. You can start speaking now.
Give me a sec. Let me look at the. So, I got this photograph at Qingcheng Mountain.
at a sightseeing near my place, and my ex-boyfriend took the picture for me. I love this photo because I look gorgeous in this photo because I look slim and the background is amazing. I mean, behind me, it was some Chinese calligraphies. Yeah, and it looks like I blended into the picture, so it looks very traditional. I mean, very traditional Chinese way. Yeah, and I look pretty. So, yeah, I should keep talking. Yeah, so my ex-boyfriend took this picture as mentioned previously. I think the reason I like it is because I still love him. Oh, yeah, it's so hard.
Okay, Kate. Okay.
Sorry.
Okay, yeah, it is hard to keep talking. So that was like 1 minute and less than 1 minute and 20 seconds. So 1 minute and 15 seconds about. So some good things and some bad things about your answer. So maybe the bad thing was just that you had difficulty keeping talking. So you found it difficult to think of what you wanted to say.
Yeah.
Anytime you find it difficult to keep talking in IELTS Part 2, remember the question words. What are the question words? Who, what, why, where, when, how much, how many. Those are the question words. So let me think of what you could have said, what more you could have said. Like what? So you didn't say what you were wearing in the picture. So you said you look gorgeous, you look slim, you look pretty, but you didn't say what you were wearing.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think. You didn't say like what time of day it was. Was it in the morning? Was it in the evening? Yeah, didn't say what time of day it was. I don't think you said when, as in was it like 5 years ago or was it 2 months ago or when it was? No, maybe you did say that, but I don't remember.
Answer the question.
Okay. Yeah, so there's a lot. If you always think of those question words, then you'll always be able to, or you should always be able to think of some other information that you can give that will help you to keep talking and help you to finish the 2 minutes. Okay, that was the main problem. There was also some good things about your answer. So you gave a lot of good, clear, simple sentences that didn't have any mistakes. So that was good. A lot of sentences that didn't have any grammar mistakes or any vocabulary mistakes. So well done. And you used some good vocabulary. You said, you were talking about yourself in the photo. You said, I look slim. I'm sure a lot of people know this word slim. Maybe some people don't know. So what's another way to say slim, Kate?
Like fit or
no,
skinny?
Fit is different.
I'm not skinny.
Skinny, okay, yeah, skinny.
I'm not skinny.
Those are the same. You know, the words have basically the same meaning. To be skinny and to be slim, they basically mean the same thing. Thin, yes, yeah. Good. Thin, lean is good. Slender, okay, but we would rarely use that word. But yeah, so to look slim, to look thin, to look skinny, they're basically all the same thing. Now fit is different. So fit is kind of, it's more about your ability to do exercise. It's more about your ability to do exercise. Can you do a lot of exercise or not? So somebody can be thin without being fit. You can be thin but not fit. And so they're kind of different. But slim is a good word anyway, Kate. Well done. So thank you. One more thing I remember. Just your pronunciation of this word. Is that right? That word, you didn't quite get the pronunciation right. Do you want to try that word again? So it's background. Yeah, so let's start with the second part of it. So it's ground. Background.
So the B is silent?
No, just try this. Try this with me. Right, say this.
Background.
Good. Background. Better. Good. That's better.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. You're welcome. All right. cool. OK， 所以我们现在要换一个话题，我们换到那个关于科学的。然后我觉得应该不是很多人选了这个话题，因为我觉得很多人都觉得这个话题很难。所以如果你有回答这个关于科学的，就可以举手。Okay, good. We've got 7 people. All right, so I'm gonna pick, let's see, number 2.
Hi.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Cool. What's your name? Lila, is it?
Lila, yeah.
Cool. Okay, Lila. Okay, cool. So let's see. Your topic is about science. Oh yeah, it's describe an area of science, for example, physics or chemistry or biology or psychology, etc., that you are interested in. Okay, your time to speak starts now.
Although I chose liberal arts when I was in high school, but I have to say I am quite interested in chemistry. What do I learn? And when I was in junior high and senior high, I had some chemistry classes, and during these classes, I have to say I didn't learn too much, but I know how to do some basic chemical experiment and how to do the chemical equation and so on. And when I was a young girl, I found myself crazy about the lotions, the serums, and the lipsticks, cosmetics on the desk of my mom. And then I am curious about how it's made. And as a girl who likes cooking, I think doing chemical experiment is like cooking. You could make everything together and make something different. That's amazing.
Thank you, Lila. All right, good. That was 1.5 minutes. Well done. So you kept talking. I think you could have kept talking longer. So pretty good. And also some good ideas, like there, how you talked about how you liked experiments, doing chemical experiments, and how you're interested in cosmetics, and how you like cooking, and you related all those things to chemistry. So some good ideas there. I think a lot of people for this topic would have a difficult time thinking of what to say, but you thought of some good ideas how to make it like practical, how you might actually be interested in chemistry. That was good. I think you're also using though several words that you're not quite familiar with how to pronounce them. So I'd say simplify your vocabulary a little bit. If you're not sure how to pronounce a word, then just don't use it. Just use simpler words and just leave it out. So for example, lotions and serums. Lotions and serums. So you weren't, especially serums, you weren't sure how to pronounce that word. So just say my mom's cosmetics. You know how to pronounce cosmetics, so that's enough. You don't have to explain to the examiner what cosmetics is. So sometimes students try to use these kind of rare words and they just make either pronunciation mistakes or vocabulary mistakes. So unless you're sure how to use a word, it's best not to use it. Let's see, one other pronunciation thing, just this word. This is a
equation?
No, that word I've just written there in the text box. It's a difficult word to pronounce. Can you see it?
Curious. I'm not sure because after learning French, I feel my English system has been completely destroyed.
Okay, well, how much time do you spend listening to English every day?
Actually, I just listening some music, English music. And sometimes when my foreign friends talked with me, and I will talk with him in English, but actually sometimes I can't help but speak French spontaneously.
When are you going to take the IELTS exam? Are you going to take IELTS?
Yes, on the 5th of October.
Oh wow, okay, so you got like 2 weeks, just over 2 weeks. Okay, so Leela, you really need to listen to a lot of English. You really need to listen to a lot of English, okay? So you should have been doing this for the last several months, but definitely for the next 3 weeks, just spend all of your time listening to English, right? Don't listen to any French, don't listen to any Chinese. Just between now and the exam, you've got to listen to a lot of English. That will help you to get more familiar with the pronunciation of those words that you kind of know, but you're not sure about. But if you hear all those words several times between now and your exam, then you'll get familiar with them, and you'll be more likely to pronounce them correctly in the exam. Is that clear?
Yes. Thanks a lot. But can I ask you another question?
Yeah. Go ahead.
I will do as fast as I can. Actually, I am very nervous. If during the examination, I speak French and I correct it. So what can I do to make up for this mistake?
I don't exactly understand the exact question that you mean, like 你害怕你在考试的过程中会说出一点法语，然后你不知道如果这件事情发生，你不知道如何反应，你是那个意思吗？还是你想知道如何避免在考试的过程中说法语？
我想知道，就是考试的时候，如果我不小心说了法语，我要怎么做，然后才不会被扣分？
当然，你当然会被扣分，取决于情况。如果你是说一个单词、2个单词不会被扣分，但是当然，如果你继续做会被扣分。这个就像犯任何类型的错误一样，你直接说 sorry， 比如说let's say I went to, let's say you wanted to say I went to the dentist yesterday, and you said I went to the dentist years, and then you just say, oh sorry, I mean I went to the dentist yesterday. That's natural. Of course, that's what you think. And does that answer your question?
Oh. Yes, thanks a lot.
Just say sorry and correct yourself, just like any other mistake.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks, Lila. But anyway, Lila, that shouldn't happen in your exam, because you should be listening to English all the time now, between now and your exam, and you should be practicing speaking every day. So, if you practice speaking for 50 hours between now and, well, maybe not 50, let's say 20 hours between now and your exam, you won't say any French in the exam. It just won't happen, because you'll be so used to speaking in English. Okay. One more student for this question, and we're going to go with number 1. Hello. Oh, sorry. Maybe I didn't.
Hello.
Okay. Hello. Hi. I can hear you now. Sorry. What's your name? Lee. Okay, Lee. Cool. All right. So, Lee, tell us about an area of science that you're interested in.
I'm going to tell you about mathematics. Since I'm majoring in finance, and mathematics like calculus, algebra is a basic course in this major, so I have to learn them. Actually, this is a long and funny story, because at first, when I start to learn those advanced mathematics, I really hated those so many calculations, and the theories are so difficult for me to understand. And I actually failed a lot of mathematics exams. But when I turned to the last year of my bachelor degree, I have to apply for postgraduate. And in China, we have to take a very strict examination, and I have to take mathematics exam. So I start to learn mathematics every day. I enrolled a lot of online courses about calculus, algebra, and I spent a lot of time doing exercise. And suddenly one day, I found myself really happy when after I solved one problem and finally get the right result. I feel accomplished.
Thank you, Lee. Okay, thank you. Well done. That's almost a minute and a half. Good job. Pretty good answer overall, Lee. Well done. So I wasn't sure if mathematics was considered science, but I looked it up yesterday because I was trying to think of some things that students could say to answer this question. And yeah, I think mathematics is considered a science. So I think it's okay to talk about mathematics. So that's one thing. So, but your grammar was good. So you had a lot of error-free sentences. You had a lot of sentences that didn't have any mistakes. Well done on your grammar. For example, I failed a lot of maths exams. So good use of the past tense there. A good use of the collocation to fail exams. Well done. So yeah, generally a pretty decent answer. Very good grammar. Your fluency was pretty good. So overall pretty good. I think you could have kept talking for 2 minutes if I'd let you go on. Just two corrections. So you said, I enrolled a lot of online courses. I enrolled a lot of online courses. So you missed a word there. You forgot one word. So it's not to enroll a course.
Enroll.
Very good. Well done. You know, okay. To enroll in a course. I'll just write it for everybody. Okay. Well done. Enroll in a course, and let's see, and then you said I spent a lot of time doing exercise. The problem with that is if you say I spent a lot of time doing exercise, that means 我花费很多时间锻炼身体, which I don't think is what you meant, right? That's not what you meant.
Math exercise.
Math, yeah. So here's the difference between doing exercise and doing exercises. Now what you were talking about is exercises. So you were doing math exercises, and whereas if you just say I spend a lot of time doing exercise, that means 锻炼身体. Okay, so there's a big important difference between doing exercise and doing exercises, and that's the difference. So doing exercise, that's always 锻炼身体, whereas doing exercises, that has different meanings, but it can include like 做数学练习题, which I think is pretty much what you meant. Okay. Okay, you're welcome. Thank you. Okay, good job. Okay. Right. Somebody's asking about exercising. Yeah, exercising. That's also 锻炼身体. So if you're talking about maths, you should not be using the word exercising. Okay. Right. Let's see. So 我忘记做一件事情，那就是我要提醒大家，我们 Learn with John 这个礼拜就发布了最新的亚瑟40天教材。这样教材就是帮你在40天之内提高你的亚瑟分数。然后如何做？你有密集学习10篇我写的作文，然后每一个作文我提供中文翻译，也提供英文语音，所以要做的就是在连续4天密集学习同样一篇作文，然后要用的方法就是 shadowing 因子跟读法，还有 bidirectional translation 那个就是双向翻译，然后通过密集学习这些作文，你应该会提高你的主动词汇量，你应该会利用很多英语母语人会用的词语搭配不同类型的词语，所以要感兴趣的话，可以去我们Learn with John 微信公众号，就可以下载。Okay, right. Let's move on to part 3. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what question you prepared for in part 2. Anybody can answer these part 3 questions. So, for example, if you prepared for the science question, you can still answer the photograph question. If you prepared for the photograph topic, you can still answer the science questions. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Everybody can answer every question. Okay, so let's see. Right, we're going to start with the questions related to photographs and taking photos and photography and these kinds of things. So if you want to answer these questions, just put up your hand. So 谁有挑战一下自己做 part 3，然后第一个话题就是 photographs. Okay, we've already got 9 people, 8 people, 9 people. Cool. Okay, I'm going to pick one, and so I'm going to pick number 9. Hello. Hi. Can't hear you.
Yes.
Okay. Hi. What's your name?
My name is Lily.
Lily. Okay. You don't sound like somebody who's called Lily, but okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay, Lily. So your questions are about taking photos in general. So why do people these days take so many photos?
Well, I think there are diverse reasons. For one thing, taking photo is a way which people could save their memory, or in honor of some significant moment. For another thing, taking photo could record a gorgeous scenery or something they are fond of.
Okay, thank you. Do you think most people take too many photos these days?
Well, it's hard to say. Some people took too many photos. For example, they took sometimes they took some people they may take photos which contains the private of a person, or they just take for
Okay. Thanks, Lily. All right, thank you. All right, Lily. So in your answers, you use some good words and you use some pretty good phrases in your answers. The biggest problem is your speed of speech is too slow. It's much too slow. So you need to develop your fluency. How can somebody develop their fluency? It's very much like how they can develop their other skills, but it's particularly true for fluency. They've got to do a lot of listening, and they've got to do a lot of speaking. So, Lily, how often do you practice speaking?
Seldom. Last month before I taken my first IELTS test, I did speaking exercises every day. And
speaking exercises. What speaking exercises did you do, Lily? What speaking?
I prepare for the I prepare for the I prepare
你是自己准备，你看了那些亚瑟话题，然后
不是，就是
跟自己说话，
就是看着那个当季题库准备。
Yeah， 一个人嘛。一个人。
对。
OK， 所以答案就是你没有做了任何口语练习，你没有做了任何口语练习。对我来说，那不是口语练习，那是另外一件事情。但是如果你要培养你的口语，你要练习的就是你在考试的时候会有用的技能，那就是跟别人说话。你要练习跟别人说话。如果你从来没有跟别人，或者如果你很少跟别人说话说英语，那你怎么可以拿到好的口语分数？那是完全不可能的。所以如果你要拿到一个不错的分数的话，你必须花费很多时间跟别人说话，否则你的流利性还是不够好。
但是好像很难找人，很难找到这样。就比如说我父母吧，就比如说我父母
没有OK， 你说。
就比如说我父母吧，他们又听不懂英语，就跟他们说，如果你跟他们说，相当于自己一个人说。
你知道，Lily， 我的父母也听不懂中文，但是我还是学了中文，怎么可能呢？你当然没有必要跟你的父母说英语啊。有没有人知道 Lily 可以如何找到人跟他一起练习口语？有没有人知道？知道的话就发消息。已经有一个人说了，所以你可以用这个网站 iTalki 已经有一些人写了，那就是一个例子。然后还有其他很多网站，你可以找英语母语老师，然后跟他们练习英语，价格也
但是那个要花钱，我不想花钱。
OK， 如果你真的不想花钱 ，OK， 那大家他应该做什么？他1块美元都不要花，他可以做什么？可以用什么网站？因为我在微信公众号经常推荐另外一个网站，我很好奇有没有人知道？那就是就是这个 Conversation Exchange，conversationexchange.com， 你可以用那个网站找到就是语言交换伙伴，就是在学习中文的英语母语人，然后你可以帮助他们练习中文，然后他们可以交换英文和你的中文，他们的英文和你的中文。但是你打算什么时候考试？这里
12月份。
OK， 所以 OK， 你还有3个月的时间，所以你也许可以用 Conversation Exchange。问题就是，如果你用 iTalki 或者其他可以招聘老师的网站，你就可以立刻找到人，就可以明天开始练习口语。如果你用 Conversation Exchange， 你也许首先要联系很多人，然后很多人都不要回复，所以要花费的时间比较多。所以你如果不要花钱，你肯定要花很多时间。不管怎么样，你要找办法练习你的口语，否则口语分数不会高。OK，Thanks Lily，Thank you。
还有就是
，OK，
就我问一下，那个流利性的这个有关流利性的问题，流利度这个真的这么重要吗？就是我在上一次那个雅思口语考试当中，他问到的题呢都是我准备到的，然后我自我感觉那个流利度很不错，但是呢最后只有5分，但是我看了那个官方网站上的那个6分示例，发现那个6分示例根本没有我想象中的说的好，它也有许多就是卡顿的地方，也就是说我觉得也不太流利啊，这是为啥呢？
所以也基本上对流利性真的很重要。然后我刚刚听了你说英文，不管你是准备话题还是不准备话题，如果你没有 培养过你的流利性，你可以背诵很多很多话题，但是说出的时候，你会犯很多错误，你会错用很多单词，你会忘记你要说什么，所以你的流利性
没有
还是没有。你觉得你在考试的时候说的很完美吗？
应该挺不错的。
然后你的分数是5分。
对，我觉得对。
OK， 那我觉得你说的不太完美 ，Lily。我觉得你说的你的流利性就像刚刚一样。
我知道，因为这个是没有那个。
Lily，我还有很多学生在等，所以如果有其他问题的话，可以发短信发消息，然后我会尽量回答。OK，thanks Lily. All right. Okay. Let's get another student. So, random number 1 this time. Number 1. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi. I think we talked earlier, right? Kathy. Yes. Kathy.
Yes.
Okay. Kathy. Okay. So, same questions for you, Kathy. Let's see. So, questions about taking photos. Question number 1. Why do people take so many photos these days?
Well, I think with the development of social internet, many people use the social network like WeChat or QQ to post some photos to share their lives with their parents or some friends, and you can say something that you feel happy or disappointed to share with your friends, and then they'll talk to you and make you feel better, and you can just move on to your life and get better to your study and life.
So do you think it's a good thing that people take so many photos these days?
Well, I think that everything has its good points and bad points, but I think from my perspective, I think it's a good thing. In my daily life, I'm a very introvert person. I don't like talking to people that is unfamiliar with me. I just like to talk with my close friends. I think that is not a good point, and I seldom post photos, share my life and study with my friends.
Okay. Thanks.
So I think.
Thanks. Next question. How do you feel about people posting photos of their food online?
Well, I think that is a good thing. You share your life with your friends, and some good food, and just like your recommendation, you recommend some good food and to your friends or to your classmates. I think then next time they can have it and they can just eat it with their friends. I think it is a good point.
Thank you, Kathy. Okay. Well done, Kathy. Well done. Pretty good answers there. Very good last answer as well.
Thank you.
Okay. So you said you can recommend some good food to your friend. So that was a good sentence. So your answers were pretty logical, and you spoke pretty fluently in your answers. Just maybe two points. If you've got a question, I'll let you ask the question later, but let me give you the feedback first, okay? So the first answer was good. Just the first sentence of your first answer was not so good. So the answer was good, just your first sentence was not so good. So you said, with the development of social internet. So there's no need for that sentence. That's a very Chinese-style English sentence. So in Chinese, if you read the newspaper or anything, you'll often come across the sentence 随着什么什么的发展，随着经济的发展，随着网络的发展，或者随着网络的。
Yeah, I know it.
Yeah, in English we don't really say that. We can say with the development of something, but we don't say it very often. And Chinese people then, when they speak English, they said way too much. So in your first answer,
yes,
there's no need to say that. There's no need to say that.
I know it is kind of like the memorization, but I just can't help it when I just you just answer you just ask me a question, I just got taken back, and I know and the first I don't know how to answer, so I'm a bit nervous.
Okay, it's okay. I'm just giving you feedback so that you'll know for the next time. Okay, so the next time you won't make the same mistake. All right. Now, so
yes.
So how could you say that then? You could say something like, nowadays, because of the internet, instead of saying like in Chinese when you would say, 随着网络的普及, a native English speaker might say, nowadays because we have the internet, or nowadays, these days.
Nowadays, because these days, because we have the internet.
Yeah, exactly. That's what a native speaker might say in that situation. Okay. Let's see. One other thing. So he said, I'm a very introvert person. So, introvert is a noun. So the adjective. You don't know adjective? Does anybody know?
I'm not a very people person.
Good. Somebody has it. Introverted. So I'm not a very introverted person. Would be right.
I'm not a very introverted person.
Or I am. I think you said I am. I am a very introverted person. Yeah, I am a very introverted person. Okay, good. Did you have a question, Kathy? I think you wanted to ask a question earlier, or no?
I'm a very introverted person, and can I say that I'm not a very people person? I'm not very outgoing,
there is that expression. A people person, but we wouldn't say I'm not a very people person. We'd say I'm not a people person, or I'm not really.
I'm not really a people
person. Yeah. Exactly. I'm not really a people person. We could say I'm not much of a people person. So yeah, there is that expression. A people person is a person who's extroverted and who likes talking to other people. There is that expression. Okay. Thanks, Kathy. Thank you.
Can I ask you some questions?
Well, you can ask me one question. Okay, one.
Next Monday, I'm going to attend the IELTS test. The spoken English test. And how can I just answer more fluently, and just I'm very afraid of that
Okay, I think I get it. Okay, the answer. Go on. I think I understand.
If I'm not familiar with the topic, I'll get nervous and I just don't know how to answer it, and I think that will influence my fluency.
Yes, it will. Yes, it will. Yes. And sorry, Kathy, there's nothing you can do about it, because today is Thursday and you've got the exam on Monday, and the exam is for English. Now, it usually takes people, even if they use really good study methods, it takes them like 2 or 3 years to get good at English, at least, more for a lot of people. And so you're not going to get good at English or not going to get much better at English in 3 days. Okay, your fluency is not going to increase much in 3 days. So there's nothing I can tell you except for the next 3 days, listen to as much English as you can, do a bit more speaking practice. So try and get in a little bit more speaking practice, and that will improve your English and improve your fluency a little bit. And that's all you can do, because 3 days just isn't enough time. I can't help you in any significant way in 3 days. Is that clear?
I know it. I know it. I'm just, I don't want to be very nervous, I think that this will influence my fluency.
Yeah, so don't be nervous. Sorry, Kathy. That's all. I can't give an intelligent answer to that question. Sorry. Okay. Okay, so let's go on to the next, because we've already done an hour and a half. So I'm going to get 2 more students to answer the next topic. So the next one is science, all about science and technology. So the part 2 topic was about an area of science that you're interested in. The part 3 is about science and technology. So this is your last chance. If you want to get a chance to speak, remember to put up your hand. Okay. So let's see, get a random number. Okay, number 7 this time.
Hello.
Hi. Hello.
Hi.
What's your name?
It's Maggie.
Hi, Maggie. Okay, cool.
Hi.
Okay, Maggie. So your questions are about science and technology. Question number 1. What are some of the most important inventions of the last 100 years, in your opinion?
In my opinion, some important inventions that really have a big influence in our life and society are something like the computers and the cell phones, smartphones, and also because if without them we can't really enjoy our lives nowadays. Most people can really live without computers and cell phones. Most people, they always carry their cell phones wherever they go, and we do a lot using our cell phones. We send emails, we order food.
Thank you, Maggie. Yeah, so you're right. Those are definitely very important inventions. But some people say that those inventions have actually made our lives worse and made us less happy than people in the past. Is that not correct?
Yes, to a degree, you are right, because if people are too addicted to cell phones or computer games, yes, their life will be negatively affected. But for some people, they are widely using cell phones and computers. They learn different things. They learn whatever they need to improve their career. Then that, in this case, they are really widely using new inventions, and that actually has a positive impact on their lives. So if we can wisely use them,
Thank you. Okay. So in regards to science classes in school, do most students enjoy their science classes in school in your country?
Okay, so in my opinion, I don't think most students in my country enjoy their science school, because normally it's boring. We have to learn many theories. Just take me as an example. I always felt sleepy when I take mathematics or physics or chemistry, because there are many things I have to memorize. I don't really like memorizing some boring theories. Yeah.
Thank you. Okay. So some people think that students these days don't spend enough time learning about science in school, and they believe that those people, or students these days, spend too much time learning less practical subjects like art or history. How do you feel about that?
I think different people are interested in different things, and different people have different lives. So it's okay for some people, they are interested in science, so they go for science. While some people, they maybe go the.
But in a lot of schools, students don't have a choice. They have to choose they have to study what's on the curriculum. So in a lot of schools, they don't have a choice. So do you think that that generally schools should spend more time teaching science?
I think during the beginner level, like during primary school or middle school, schools should provide a wider range of different kinds of subjects. They should include both science and arts, and because during this period of time, during this stage, students don't understand what they really like, what they really need, what kind of career they want to do in the future. So just give them as many choices as possible. However, in high school or university, the university students should have the option to choose which area they are going to get into.
Okay. Thanks, Maggie. Okay, good job. Very good job, Maggie. Very fluent answers, very logical answers. So you really engaged in the debate very well with me there. In part 3, your examiner will often challenge you and challenge your opinions and get you to defend your opinions. Like so. There, when I was asking you about, like, is it a good thing that people have mobile phones? Don't they make people less happy and those kind of things? So you dealt with that well. You were able to defend your opinion and to explain your opinion quite well. So good job. Very, very good answers in general. I want to share a good, one or two good phrases that you used. So you said their lives will be negatively affected. Very good. Excellent vocabulary.
Thank you.
So if anybody's not clear, so that's like 他们生活会有不好的影响. So their lives will be negatively affected. You were talking about phones. You said if they can wisely use them. Very good, excellent. To wisely use something basically means to use something in a good way, to use something in a smart way. You could also say to use something wisely. It's the same. To wisely use something or to use something wisely. Both of those are okay.
Can I say smartly use something?
Not really.
Okay.
Not really. Yeah, I don't think I've ever heard that expression.
Okay. Yeah, wisely. Okay.
Just a couple of pointers. So you said in school, I think you said in science classes, they have to learn many theories.
Mm-hmm.
Usually we'd say, so theory is countable, but usually we'd say have to learn a lot of theory. We wouldn't say many theories. We'd say a lot of theory. And the last thing, so in one of those questions, I think it was the second question, you said, take me as an example, and then you started talking about yourself. In part three, never take yourself as an example. Never start talking about yourself. In part three, all the questions are about the world in general. They're about phenomena in general. They're about old people versus young people. They're about the situation in your country or the situation in your city or just different general things where you've got to talk about groups of people as a whole, and you are not supposed to talk about yourself. So none of the questions really in part three are about yourself. They're all about your opinions about the world. Okay, so don't take yourself as an example in part three. Okay. Thanks, Maggie. Okay,
Thank you.
Okay, good. Okay, one more student, the last student. So I've got to look for a random number again. Okay, I'm going to go with number 4.
Hi.
Hello. Hi. Is your name Rebecca?
Yes.
Hi, Rebecca. Okay, cool. So, Rebecca, so your questions, again, are about science and technology. So, Rebecca, in your country, do most students enjoy the science classes that they have in school?
I think as for me, I know. I think they will enjoy the science because the science class we didn't must have a biased score like some basic subject like English and mathematics. So I think science class more like enjoy class for us. It's a rest time in school. I think.
Okay. So some people these days think that students don't spend enough time learning about science, and they spend too much time learning about things like history and art and maybe PE and those things. How do you feel about that? Do you think that students do spend enough time on science?
I think all students should be free to choose what they preferred, and because everyone have the choices, and they can choose which subject they can learn more, and they can learn they can learn less. And also, I think maybe society will benefit more if more people choose the science, like the society will development. But I think students will have more patience when they choose their favorite subjects.
Okay.
So
some people think that all these new technological inventions like our phones and computers and the internet and social media and these things, that those things are making us less happy than people were in the past. How do you feel about that?
I think I don't agree with that opinion. Like maybe they will, like some people are less happy, but I think they can just try not watch such things. But because I can see more benefit in those science, like I can have a class without I don't think the the area and the distance like you and me. I don't need think the distance, and I think many people can have the happiness, but also I think it's more like a self-control. Maybe you just think you don't have happy and you can stop it. I think this is a personal choice. So I don't think.
Okay, cool. All right. Okay, thanks, Rebecca. So you used some good words there in the last couple of sentences. So you said it's about self-control. That's a good expression. And so self-control, it's all about like 自律 or 能不能控制自己。如果你很会控制自己 you have a lot of self-control. So that was a good expression. Now there were a couple of questions, Rebecca, where you didn't quite answer the question that was asked, especially the one where it was about some people think that students don't spend enough time on science. You didn't answer that question. You said that students should be allowed to choose whatever they want to spend their should be free to choose the subjects they want to study. That's not the question that was asked. That's a completely different. The answer and the question don't link with each other at all. So the question was basically 你觉得 the question was no 有一些人觉得现在学生花费在学习科学的时间不够多，然后那些人觉得他们应该少一点学习类似历史和艺术，多一点学习科学。你怎么认为？然后你说的是他们应该自己选要学什么，但是那是不可能的。在现在的就是现在的学校不可以让每一个学生决定比如说一个学生决定OK 我要今天上3个科学课，我这个礼拜不要上任何地理课，这样，所以这是不可能的，不可以在你说出的那个主意是不可行的。So you've got to try and directly answer the question. So the question is, are they spending enough time on science or not? It's either yes, I think they are already spending enough time learning science, or no, I think they're not spending enough time learning science. They should be spending more time on science. They should have more science classes because, and answer the question like that. So the second answer wasn't really appropriate. Let's see, one last piece of advice. You said how you thought that most people enjoyed science in school. You said because we must have a good score. We must have a good score. So I know what you mean, but that's not how we say it. Do you know how could you say that?
We don't have to have good scores.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, we didn't have to have a good score, or we didn't have to have good grades in science. That would be perfect. Okay, thanks, Rebecca. Okay, thank you. Cool. All right. OK， 谢谢大家参加今天的Learn with John 亚瑟直播。我知道有一些人在聊天窗口给我发一些问题，所以我现在去看一下能不能找到那些问题。我记得有一个人，我不知道他主题说了什么，但是他的意思就是，如果在 Part 2， 在口语考试 Part 2， 如果拿到一个一点都不会回答的问题，可以问考官，可以请考官换一个话题，绝对不可以。你拿到那个话题，就是你必须谈论的话题，你不可以换。然后还有一些人，好像有一些人谈论如何表达文科和理科，所以如果是大学的话，如果你谈论大学，理科就是 sciences. We might say the sciences or the sciences. 然后文科 we might say liberal arts. 有一些人已经说了 liberal arts. Or you could just say arts. So you could say arts and sciences arts and sciences， 所以 arts 就是文科 ，sciences 就是理科。问题就是在高中情况不一样。我知道在中国，在高中的时候你们应该选其中一个，所以你要选文科还是理科。然后如果你说I'm studying liberal arts in high school， 那个会听上去很奇怪。如果我们谈论高中或者初中，我们不可以说 liberal arts，所以这个有一点复杂。如果我在这样情况，如果我是一个学习英语的中国人，然后我要解释这个情况，我会这样说，我会说 In China, we've got to choose between arts subjects and science subjects when we are in high school. I chose whatever. I chose 如果你想说我选的是文科，你可以说 I chose the arts subjects, for example, and then say the subjects that you studied. And then 如果你选的是理科，那就是 In China, we have to choose between arts subjects and science subjects in high school. I chose the science subjects, for example, whatever, maths and chemistry, whatever. Okay. Let's see. So I hope that answers your question. 所以有一个人在问，在这样情况，考官也会很扣分吗？我不知道你说的是什么情况。是不是？所以你的意思就是，如果你没有听懂考官问你的问题，会被扣分。如果你是那个意思的话，当然会被扣分。当然，情况很简单。如果你在考试的时候发挥得很好，你不会被扣分；如果你发挥得不好，你会被扣分。所以最高的分数就是9分。如果你听不懂很多问题，你当然达不到9分。但是如果你发挥很差，如果你只有4分，然后你听不懂一个问题，你不会扣分，因为你已经只有4分。所以4分级别的学生大部分问题都听不懂。所以你要做的就是就是提高你的英语，然后到了考试的时候发挥的到你尽可能的好的级别。OK。还有问题吗？OK， 我看不到了。这个聊天窗口很难控制。我好像做过一个问题。这个拒绝了很努力。OK 啊。可是不知道能不能。所以那个人自己觉得他说的很流利，但是他不知道他会拿到几分。然后他问 What is the standard？ 所以他好像想知道他的分数是什么。我有2个选择，你可以第一个就是考一个考试，考雅思，然后你会看到你的分数。第二个是偏一点，那就是招聘一个有考官经验的老师，然后你可以用我之前提到过的那个 italki 网站找到一个有考官经验的老师，然后让他给你做一个模拟考试，然后做完那个模拟考试，他应该能够告诉你的流利性分数是多少，然后你的总体分数是多少。对，就是这样。Okay, what is the difference between atmosphere, circumstance, and environment? I usually mix them up. Atmosphere, circumstance, and environment. So, let's see. I think 这个问题不太容易回答。Atmosphere, circumstance, and environment. So, circumstances 跟 atmosphere 和 environment 不太一样。Circumstances 就是情况。So for example, let me see, 就是 in what circumstances do you usually fight with your husband? In what circumstances do you usually fight with your husband? 在什么情况中你会跟你的老公吵架？So circumstances 基本上就是情况，所以跟 atmosphere 和environment 不一样。Atmosphere and environment 确实很像，然后我现在很难解释区别，但是一般来说，如果我做翻译的话，我会把 environment 翻译成环境，我会把 atmosphere 翻译成气氛，所以我不知道哪个会帮助你理解他们的区别，然后也不应该就是因为一个单词在中文有某一个英文翻译，那不一定因为他们有一模一样的用处，所以你应该自己研究。我觉得最好自己去研究，然后学习一些例句，你应该慢慢理解 atmosphere 和environment 的区别。OK， 好像没有其他问题。OK， 我们已经超出了时间，所以如果有其他问题的话，可以下个礼拜一在我们 Learn with John 的下一个直播可以问。然后有一些提醒大家的事情，第一个就是口语课有不好的消息，口语课已经订满了，但是不用哭，因为10月份我们还会有位置，所以如果你比如说你10月底或者11月份要考雅思的话，你可以参加我们10月份的口语课，但是已经订满到10月6号好像，所以如果你想10月份参加我的口语课小组课，应该尽可能的早报名，因为10月6号只有一个位置，还剩下一个位置。然后其他的我已经说了，我们 Learn with John 40天教材，我真的推荐所有准备雅思的学生，特别是如果你要大概5.5分或者5分到6分的学生，特别适合5到6分难级别的学生。如果你要提高到6.5、7分，那40天教材会很有帮助。这个视频我们明天要上传到 Bilibili 和 YouTube。然后下个直播就是下个礼拜一。OK， 谢谢大家参加。Let's see. Okay, one more question. 我看不到什么10月份。什么时候报名？你说的是报名口语课吗？应该现在就报名，因为只有10月6号只有一个位置，所以如果哪一节课订满，我不知道下一次什么时候有机会。所以如果有报名的话，应该尽可能的早报名。Okay, thanks everybody. See you next week. See you next Monday. Have a fantastic weekend.